Hello again. I'd like to introduce you now to one of my second all-time favourite films. This is a Hammer production. The Devil Rides Out, made around about the mid-60s. Guest star Patrick Moore. Now he's actually currently in Emmerdale. Main star is Christopher Lee, and the bad guy in this film is Charles Gray, who was in Diamonds Are Forever. He was apparently in two Bond movies, James Bond movies, but that is the main one I know. And that one he plays a bad guy. Anyway, this film is about witchcraft. I've seen this film many times, and just to give you a little run for the film. Basically, it starts off, which you'll see in a minute, with Christopher Lee waiting for one of his friends at an airfield, and they normally go around in three of them, obviously good friends, and as you'll see in a minute, he asks his friend who lands the aircraft, we'll say, where's Simon? And they haven't seen him since Christmas, which is about 3 months. Obviously it's set in sort of March time, and his friend has bought a big house somewhere in the country, and he's meddling in witchcraft apparently, as you got to see in the film. And what I liked about these films, they were not the most expensive films. A lot of them were made on low budgets, but they were very well made in their time. Very entertaining, and you know, as a child I used to watch these. Well, it used to be a double bill, I'm talking about 30 years ago, on BBC Two on a Saturday night, early hours, Sunday mornings. Then days TV would stop about 1:30 in the morning or 2 o'clock at the latest, and then a little dot would go off. Remember that? Well, give my age away here. And you'd always get a double bill, which was a big treat them days when you're only about 12, 13. I think 13, or might have been a bit older, it might have been 15, but anyway, about 81, 82, might have been before that even. But you used to have a horror double bill, and I remember this was one of my very first I'd seen, and then days I thought it was a classic, and I still do. Anyway, they're now looking to go to their friend's house, who's obviously moved, Simon Aaron, and as you see, he's got a lovely big house, and here's his servant. Now they're entering the house, and Christopher Lee obviously knows straight away there's something going on, and have all these strange people. Christopher Lee is obviously the main actor in this, and he was, as everyone knows, well known in his Dracula movies, and which he didn't say a lot in the first few films he made, but then as time went by, he became more an actor that could act in loads of different roles, and in this one he plays a good guy. Young Patrick Moore there, which is he's currently in Emmerdale, it still is, and he doesn't look much older really.
May I introduce my friends? The Duke de Richelieu,
Enchanté.
and Rex Van Ryn, Countess d'Orfay. Madam.
Monsieur.
10th, Mr. MacArthur.
This is Charles Gray. Now he was always a bit camp, I always thought. Put a lot of humour into his films. I thought he was another good actor. And if you've ever seen Diamonds Are Forever, you remember the bit on the oil rig. At the end he's trying to get away in his little sub, and Sean Connery is on the crane. He's trying to speak to Control Tower, and he doesn't know Sean Connery's has had him hooked on the crane and keeps banging against the control centre of the oil rig.
Your friends of Simon's.
Anyway, going back to this film,
His father, Rex, and I were companions.
they're now introducing themselves.
And when he died, you vowed to keep an eye on Simon.
Yes.
His friend here, Rex, has not realised what's going on at the time, but obviously Christopher Lee is a lot more
We were never told.
clued up, should I say.
You don't understand.
I'm not sure what Christopher Lee actually does for a living in this film. I think he's just a very wealthy man.
We only stopped by to see.
Obviously,
I've just come back from the continent. You see, we have this.
as you'll, like I say, he obviously has some insight into this witchcraft.
What's going on now? We're going to be asked to leave, Rex. You move among the guests and listen to what they have to say.
So obviously their gate crashes because they've been asked to leave.
I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to throw you out. The meeting's due to start very shortly. Better than you. But you must learn to control them.
Control. Yes, I see exactly what I mean. And organization. Do you think we shall have a good meeting tonight?
If the weather improves, we shall learn much.
It is his natal conjunction which will help him measure.
2 years ago in Berlin, I experienced.
And he's now
That is the
walking around and trying to hear the conversations.
In conjunction with Sutton, of course. Yes, but you mustn't call him Abraham until deed poll is executed.
Now why?
Well, there's probably an initiation ceremony first.
This looks like a splendid wine, Simon. Then you always had excellent taste.
Excellent expensive taste as well, I'd have thought. He's obviously got a bit of money, this guy.
Well, it's not an ordinary meeting, you see.
But
You and Rex not being members.
Oh, don't you worry about that.
so now they're asked to leave.
Both understand perfectly, don't we, Rex? Of course.
And
I feel terrible about missing our reunion tonight. It's a wretched meeting. We must get together very soon. Perhaps tomorrow.
Oh, Simon, I see you've got an observatory here. I'm very interested in astronomy, and I'd like to have a look through your telescope, if I may. I'll only be 5 minutes.
so he's now having a quick look upstairs at his telescope, which
What do you want to look at this blasted telescope for? I don't.
well, perhaps not. He'll look at his telescope. I think he's going to see what he's up to. There you go. I always like the music to these films as well. They had a very good, eerie, just original, basically, original films.
Those charts, they're not astronomical, are they?
No, good Lord, no, they're just a decoration. Relics. Middle Ages nonsense.
It's clever of you to extend the decorative scheme to the floor.
Like I say, I've watched this film probably about 30 times in my lifetime.
Well, if you'd like to see these.
Now, this is what gives it away.
Sounds like mice. You'll have to go now. What in the name? You fool. I'd rather see you dead than meddling with black magic. Let go of me.
So anyway, that's a sort of very short clip of the film that I'm introduced you to, and like I say, it goes on for 90 minutes, and it's called The Devil Rides Out, and
Even my oldest friends have no right to. But
But,
in all my private affairs, will someone
basically they're trying to get his friend back from being possessed, really, and things obviously happen in the film,
will someone kindly tell me what's going on?
and that's it really.
Chickens in a
Thank you for
box,
watching.
diagrams on